Hello everyone, it's Arlene here. I have a card for you to show as a project today in today's video, and it is made with the Memorable Mosaic stamp set. This is one of the new stamp sets that will be available in the upcoming 2019-2020 Stampin' Up! Catalog, which goes live, I think it's June 4th, so in just about a week it will be available for purchase. Fun bundle. The whole suite on this is just some fun paper, which I'll be showing because I'm using some of that as well too later. So I'm going to set this aside and let me show you the card base that I'm using and the dimensions of the paper. So I've got a new color, which is terracotta tile. And this is just an 8.5 by 11 sheet that I've cut down the middle. It's your basic card size. And then I've scored it down the middle as well. So I'm folding it, using it this way. And then I've got a piece of the garden green. And the garden green is, the dimensions are 3 3/4 by 3 1/4 here. And then I have a piece of Whisper white cardstock, and that one should be 1/4 inch smaller, but 3.5 by 3. So yes, it is. All right. I also have, I talked about it just a minute ago, some of the pattern paper. So if you can see it, I'm going to see if the camera will actually catch this. The gloss, see how it's just glossy on this side as well as this one? It's gorgeous paper. But then I turn it over and it looks like just, I want to say just regular designer series paper, but all of the paper, the patterns are gorgeous. And look how well it matches with the terracotta tile. So anyway, these two pieces, the bigger size is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4, and then the thinner strip is 5 1/4 by 2 inches. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the stamped image here on the piece of Whisper white. So I'm using the two colors. One of them is the soft suede. The soft suede I'm going to be using for, it's the tree trunk, but it's like a mosaic. Everything's mosaic in here. I just love. Doesn't that look like a ghost a little bit too? I was thinking it did. Okay, so that's just going to be in soft suede. So I'm stamping it on toward like the bottom of my paper, my Whisper white cardstock, like that. And then taking the garden green, I'm using the bigger stamp, the leaves, and I think I'm gonna take this, just go upside down here. Now what I found, it doesn't really seem to line up for me until I stamp it like twice. So I'm going to stamp it once and then without re-inking, lift it and move it over just slightly to the right and stamp down again. So there we have a lift up. And lift down again. Okay, like that. Now, that one is pretty, but I want to add a little bit of texture to it. And the way I want to do it is by using the subtle embossing folder. Let me get a picture of it here. So this is, it's going to give it like a linen look. Absolutely just gorgeous. This can just dress up really any stamped image. So I'm going to run this as a folder. I'm going to run it through my Big Shot, and then I will be right back and we can put the card together. Okay, and there we have it. You can see how it does that. So it just gives it just a very, like a linen type look to your paper. Okay, now I also have a piece of just a scrap piece of paper of Whisper white cardstock, and with the mint macaron, I'm going to stamp the saying here. This is the sending all happy wishes your way. Get that inked up nice and good. Okay, and there we have that. Now we've got a new label. This is called the Timeless Label. And it is meant just for perfect for this punch, or punching out this saying here, as long as I get it nice and straight. And of course on camera, sometimes that's not always easy. Okay, so there we have that. We're going to use that for our card as well. Okay, so now let's start putting this card together. I'm just going to adhere the stamped image onto the garden green so it mats it. Here it frames it nicely. Like this. And then taking our card base. Now what I want to do is I'm going to run a little strip of adhesive onto the thinner piece, and I want to lay it before I actually adhere it onto my terracotta card base. I want to adhere it, and I want to make sure that it lines up here and that it's kind of equal all around, so that the terracotta cardstock is framing the two pieces of pattern paper. You see how I did that so it's one piece? Now before I adhere it down to my card base, I'm taking a little piece of ribbon. This is the scalloped linen ribbon, and this is in terracotta as well. And you see how it's not really, I mean, it's bendable, but it's got a little stiffness to it too, which is going to make it really nice for laying really nice and even onto my cardstock. So I'm also going to just take a little bit of adhesive, a line of it right there, just enough for it to stick. And then I'm going to place it right there where the two pieces of pattern paper met. And then I'm going to more adhesive on the back. Trim a little bit of this because we really don't need much since it's the back side of it. Clip it over like so. Okay, and now finish up with some more adhesive. Do you guys have a favorite adhesive? I love my ATG gun. I don't know, there's just because it holds so much, I think, and I'm always using a lot. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and add our stamped image. And I want this over, I think, to the side, maybe up a little bit. Okay. Now with some Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm going to add my tag. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you always get more than you really need of these Stampin' Dimensionals. So they're great. I think I always have a stash laying around that's left over from my Paper Pumpkin kit. Which, by the way, if you did get May's Hugs, is it Hugs by Shelly? Hugs from Shelly kit? Let me know what you think about it. All right, let's lay that down there like this. All right, and then I've got some faceted gems. These are new too as well. They're flowers, and you know, I would add yellow, but I think I want to add this color right here. Let's see, I thought about adding one, but possibly two up at the top. Yeah, I'll add two. Okay, so then for the inside of my card, what I did is I just cut a piece of Whisper white cardstock, and with one of the stamps in terracotta, I just went down below here. I cut it at 5 1/4 by, I believe it was 4 inches. But if you need the dimensions, I will post it on my blog, and so I will have the link down to my blog below in the notes. Okay, so let's just place that onto this here. So that way you have enough, you know, nice white space for you to write a nice little sentiment or a little note to the recipient. And that is the card for today. So thanks again so much for stopping by and watching, and everybody have a wonderful day.